How's it going, fight fans? Welcome to mindforcombat. If you're new to this channel, my name is Rohan, and this is my platform where I do fight sports related content. Now for this video, I'm going to be rolling out a new concept for the channel, and it's one that I really hope you guys enjoy. So really what I'm going to be doing is scouring the world of combat sports, whether that be boxing, MMA, kickboxing, whatever, anything that's included in combat sports, I'll be scouring it, and I'll be looking for interesting characters in the world of fighting and giving them a little bit of spotlight. Now I recognise my channel is very small, but any spotlight is better than none and gets me a conversation piece going with you guys and gives us something to talk about, especially when the world of fighting's quiet. Now I've got some really interesting fighters in my mind lined up, but in this video I thought I would do something different or interesting and check out two fighters that are completely polar opposites of each other and check out how I can work with that dynamic. So it should be interesting, and it'll be a good way to get the ball rolling, so to speak, for this concept of this channel, of this video. This is one where both the fighters are really very different from each other. They are polar opposites in terms of every possible way, from weight categories to fighting styles and even sports that they fight in. So really I was hoping to host these both just to show you guys that combat sports is really linked, and it's linked to me and it's linked to this channel. This channel is not just about boxing or MMA or kickboxing or whatever the hell it is. It's just about combat sports, and that's what I love. So anyways, without further ado, let me get into it. And the first guy to start off with is the 24-year-old heavyweight supernova from China who goes by the name Aorigele. Now I'm sure I slaughtered that name. I'm not even going to try to say it properly throughout the rest of the video. So throughout the course of this video, whenever I'm speaking about him, I'm just going to call him the heavyweight supernova. So allow me on that one, okay? Now just to give you guys some stats on the guy, he's 24 years old. He stands at 6'2" and he weighs in at 330 pounds. Now, no doubt you guys would have seen pictures of him because his pictures have obviously been eye-catching, so to speak. He's that big fat dude, like I believe he's even been called the Kung Fu Panda, if I'm not mistaking him for someone else. But obviously, if he has been called the Kung Fu Panda, you guys know exactly why. It's very interesting because he's actually a very good fighter. His professional mixed martial arts record stands at either 8 wins and 2 losses if you go on Sherdog, or 8 wins and 3 losses if you go on Tapology. Now, I believe the difference there is that Tapology counts his pro exhibition fights in his record, so they've made it 8 and 3, whereas Sherdog doesn't. So that's very interesting. But that's where that little bit of discrepancy lies, okay? In terms of key accomplishments, he hasn't got no key accomplishments, I'll be frank, yeah? He's not won any real world championship fights, but he is someone that's really going to struggle to get opportunities in the world of mixed martial arts. And the reason is because UFC caps off their heavyweight division at 265 pounds, right? And it's the same in Bellator. And I'm not certain with some of the Asian promotions, but you don't really see guys like Aorigele or the heavyweight supernova get opportunities in a lot of these major promotions, just because I believe in a lot of ways they may want to step away from the freak show element of it, and that's some of the disrespect that comes with looking a certain way, unfortunately, in the world of mixed martial arts. Now, I'm surprised Ryzen hasn't given him an opportunity. Actually, Ryzen seems like the kind of promotion that would love a fighter like this, and who's to say he doesn't get it? But this is a fighter who, let me tell you why I enjoy him. He's a guy who's always come across the correct way. Now, the world of China, the fight sport in China, obviously China has a long history etched in the world of martial arts, okay, well beyond the 20 or so years that mixed martial arts has been ongoing. And with everything that's been going on there, it's good to, you know, give a bit of spotlight to some of their fighters. And this is a guy who at heavyweight most certainly is a good representative of China. He's a guy that handles himself very honorably, and he's a good fighter. So now if you look at him, his body will definitely not let you understand just how good he is. He moves very well for a heavyweight. He throws nice fluid combinations, and he actually is very capable of you know, a great technical fight. He's a very technically sound fighter. He's got great movement, almost kind of like Huggy Bear Bennett. The problem that these guys have that are above a certain weight, there's no true longevity or career path for these guys because they're seen as side freak show attractions, and that's what hurts them. But this is a guy who I feel like represents the sport of mixed martial arts well. He's a true heavyweight, and he represents China well, so I definitely wanted to give him some spotlight. Yes, by the nature of him being as big as he is, and yes, by the nature of him looking the way he has, and yes, by him, you know, fighting in Asia where they love the freak show fights. He has been involved in freak show fights with Bob Sapp, and that's obviously not a good look for no one. But I still like him. I'm still a fan of his. I enjoy watching his fights. There's obviously that very viral video when he gets kicked in the nads, and it's kind of hilarious. But check that out if you haven't already. It's pretty funny. But anyways, guys, to open up the video, I'm talking about the heavyweight supernova, and I'm going to slaughter his name once more. But Aorigele, however you pronounce it. But he's a guy who I really enjoy watching. I believe you guys should check out as well. Now, the next guy is a guy that is mind-blowing that he doesn't get the respect that he deserves, but actually it makes sense. It's because people have an issue with smaller fighters, and I believe that's why he doesn't get the respect that he deserves. And that's the Thai undefeated world championship, WBC mini flyweight world champion. That's Wanheng Menayothin. Okay, now I believe I slaughtered his name as well, but he also goes by Chayafon Moonsri. This gentleman has eclipsed Floyd Mayweather's record. Floyd went 50-0 as a world champion. Well, Moonsri is 54-0 as a world champion, okay? He has eclipsed that record. He's the current WBC mini flyweight world champion, as I mentioned. He's 34 years old, so he's getting a bit older there in terms of his age, especially considering the weight he fights at. But if you consider all the stuff that he's done already, I really do wish that he would start to get some more eyeballs. Now, because he's so small, a lot of guys don't tend to give those guys the opportunity. Obviously, it doesn't get as much attention by the world to talk about these smaller guys. And even Floyd said the Thai midget has got nothing on me. It's funny coming from Floyd, being that Floyd stands at, what, 5'6" or something like that. But cool, I guess you can say what you can say. What's interesting about him and what really appeals to me about Moonsri is, or Menayothin, or whatever his surname is the fact that he's actually won world championships in Muay Thai before. He's a national champion in Thailand. He won the Lumpini World Championship as well. So this is a guy who's very, very decorated, not just in the sport of boxing, and actually being that he has got world championships in Muay Thai, being that he has got world championships in boxing, when we're talking about combat sport athletes, he's got to be up there in the discussion, because those are some incredible credentials, and he's a guy that deserves a lot of respect for everything he's done. Having watched his fights, he's a very technically sound fighter. He's a specialist in what he does, and he's a guy that I believe that everyone should give an opportunity and just check out some of his fights. I wouldn't mind seeing him go up in weight class a bit. I believe that he has the capacity to do that, and even if he goes up to flyweight and fights the likes of the British Sonny Edwards, that would be a brilliant fight, and I wouldn't mind watching that. Could be a lot of fun. But he's a guy that I believe you guys would enjoy watching, and you guys will benefit from seeing some of his fights. So if you guys haven't already, then check out Wanheng Menayothin, otherwise known as Chayafon Moonsri, and I'm sure I'm not doing his name no justice, but I think you guys know and accept that about me anyway. So guys, this is a new concept I'm rolling out. I've already got a really interesting one thought out for you guys for my next fight watch or interesting character watch video that I got coming out. So definitely guys, check out that one. And if you guys enjoyed this video, let me know below. Let me know if you guys got any feedback. Let me know if you guys got any ideas for fighters that I can focus on and do a video on, and definitely check them out. Even if you guys don't follow the sports of the fighters that I'm going to be covering, and I most certainly will be covering some fighters whose sports you guys won't be familiar with, because it's not just MMA, boxing, kickboxing that I follow. When it comes to combat sports, I love combat sports, and there's a really rich combat sport with history predating any of these that I really follow, and I really wish you guys will give it a watch. So I'm going to get that video up soon. So guys, check out that one for me. Anyways guys, I hope you guys enjoyed watching. As always, my name's Rohan, and this is Mindful Combat.